I know the weight that crushes your chest while the world outside tries to rest. The silence that surrounds you cannot hide from me the constant noise of your thoughts and the doubts that invade your mind in the darkest hours. You feel a weariness that is not just physical, but the deep weariness of the soul of someone who has struggled for a long time, carrying burdens that no one else sees. This channel brings reflections based and grounded in the Word of God and the principles and foundations of the Holy Bible for your spiritual strengthening and growth. It was no accident that your spirit met my presence at this moment. I heard the call of your soul and prepared a very important message for you tonight because I perceive the urgency of your pain and the magnitude of your need. There is a profound reason for this restlessness that tightens your throat, a purpose that your heart does not yet fully understand, and which will only be revealed if you walk with me through these words to the end. For I am the one who restores the strength of the downcast, and if you remain, I will show you how this moment will be the dividing line between your exhaustion and my renewal. If this word of God is already touching your heart with hope, share with me in the comments your name, the country, state, and city from which you receive my embrace now, and the exact time your soul encountered my voice. And, like a true cry that springs from your pain, declare in the comments, Lord my God, I am here. I signed up because I love you and want to hear you. If this encounter calms your heart, leave your sign of gratitude. Unite your journey to this place of light, and keep awake the reminder of our communion. Remain with me until the last word, for I will give you a clear and definitive answer. A phrase will be whispered to your heart in the final moment, and whoever writes it in the comments will receive prophetic blessings released in faith. Share this breath of life with those who also need shelter. What does your soul most need me to heal tonight? Write in the comments the word of our covenant for this moment. Acceptance. However, there is a secret hidden in the solitary tears you have shed, something essential that you need to discover before seeing the light of the next dawn. I feel the pain you keep in your chest with so much effort so that others don't notice. When weariness overwhelms your being and you sit silently in the corner of your room, feeling the weight of the early morning around you, I am there, gathering each invisible affliction that marks your soul. Loneliness has tried to whisper that you have been forgotten, that your suffering is worthless, and that your sincere prayers have been lost in the emptiness of the days. But I tell you with all my love that your hidden weeping has never gone unnoticed by my eyes. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 18, that the Lord is near to the broken-hearted and saves the crushed in spirit. This sacred promise finds your heart right now. When anguish grips your chest and you feel your strength is exhausted by disappointments and continuous struggles for those you love, it is my spirit that embraces you and prevents you from collapsing. This invisible pain is not your end, but the sacred space where I am working on your deepest healing. Your affliction has a purpose that your vision cannot yet fully decipher. You have asked for a sign and comfort, and I have prepared this answer to envelop your life in peace, to validate all your sacrifice and resilience. However, the total restoration that I have reserved for your home requires a surrender that will transform your journey. If my care is easing the burden on your shoulders at this moment, express your gratitude by supporting this encounter with your sign of affection and uniting your life with this spiritual refuge. Share this divine embrace with that person who also cries unseen. Speak to me now, in the silence of your soul. What burden can you no longer bear to carry alone? Submit your answer by writing in the comments the word of our alliance for this stage. Surrender. There is a source of provision and sustenance being prepared for you in the midst of this emotional desert, but something fundamental needs to happen within you so that you can receive this complete blessing. In the midst of this long night, when your soul seeks rest, I wish to teach you about the hidden power of the seed planted in faith. Your suffering has been soil-watered by bitter tears, but it is precisely in this soil that my provision manifests itself to illuminate your darkness and sustain your days. If it is possible for you, only if it is possible, transform your gratitude into a seed of love through this channel. Consider my love and that of my Son Jesus, and support using the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. There you will find the sacred place where your contribution of love can be deposited and consecrated before the Creator of all things. You can support with any amount. And always remember this truth: give only what fits in your heart. I receive each gesture with immense love. The size of the amount doesn't matter. What truly matters is the sincere heart with which you give, because what is little for you can be much for the one who receives it. Whoever contributes any amount with a sincere heart, please remember to include your name and city with your contribution. On the first day of the following month, in a unique and special video on our channel and page, Divine Love, the Voice of God, your name will be remembered and mentioned in a heartfelt prayer of gratitude. For it is written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 25, "A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to see it bear fruit on your journey. I see what you do in secret and reward you in the sight of all." Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. If this truth comforts your weary spirit, leave your mark of affection, seal your inscription in this refuge of faith, and spread this message to another soul that needs sustenance in the cold dawns. Tell me in your silence, what do you wish to plant on my altar today? Leave in the comments the word of our faithfulness at this moment, sowing. However, there is a strong storm of worries swirling around your thoughts. But the ultimate shelter that I built to calm your troubled mind is about to be revealed, and you will need it to avoid shipwreck. The waters of your mind have been excessively agitated lately. The fear of tomorrow tries to drown your hope for better days. I know the whirlwind of thoughts that assails you precisely when the world is silent and you are alone with your uncertainties. Anxiety tightens your chest like a heavy anchor, stealing your air and your tranquility. For it is written in the Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." This peace is not a fleeting or distant promise. It is my living presence that I pour out right now upon the turbulent sea of your daily afflictions. When worries about the future, the constant care for your loved ones, and the bitter weight of frustrations try to drag you down, my right hand raises a wall of protection around you. Rest in me. You are not obligated to win every battle today. Your only task is to surrender control, for my work is to silence the winds. Take a deep breath. I remain in the boat of your life. You will not sink. The dark sea always obeys the sound of my command, and my command over your mind now is for absolute rest. If this peace is already beginning to slow the beating of your heart, give your sign of agreement by liking this message, nestle your spirit by joining your presence to this channel, and send this calm to someone who is also navigating frightening waters. Answer me, deep within your being, what inner storm do you implore me to silence today? Write in the comments the word of our shelter at this moment, Bonanka. Although the storm is losing its strength, the harsh winds you faced stole something very precious from your essence over the years, a vital virtue that you believed had disappeared forever, but which I will begin to restore with your next breath. Throughout the years dedicated to caring for everyone around you, a part of your essence has been silently suffocated. The incessant struggles and losses you bravely endured tried to steal the light that once illuminated your life. I know the feeling of emptiness that settles in your chest when you search for your identity within yourself and feel that your true strength has been lost along the way. You gave so much of your own breath that at many moments you felt as if your inner light had been completely extinguished under the weight of your responsibilities. But I tell you with the deepest love that your flame never died. It was only kept in the most protected place of your spirit, waiting for the exact moment of my restorative breath. For it is written in the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 29, "He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak." This divine truth now descends upon your life, exactly where you feel fragile and unable to continue. When the bitter disappointments of the journey try to convince you that it's too late to start over, my presence envelops your weakness and transforms it into unwavering resistance. I am gathering each piece of your fragmented hope to rebuild your essence. The power that dwells within you does not come from favorable circumstances, but from my spirit that never ages and never fails. Breathe in my peace. Your original strength is returning at this very moment, more mature, wiser, and infinitely more powerful. If you feel my breath of life rekindling your inner self now, confirm this miracle with your sign of approval on this message. Join your heart to mine, activating your presence in this space of light, and share this divine spark with someone who also feels exhausted by life. Confide in me on the safe altar of your thoughts. What part of your strength do you most wish I to make shine again today? Seal your prayer in the comments with the word of our revival at this moment. Regnite. Your light is returning in all its glory, but so that it may never again be dimmed by the shadows of this world, you will need constant companionship in the lonely dawns, a daily nourishment that I forged with my own hands to hold your hand at each sunrise, so that your light may never again diminish in the cold dawns, and loneliness may not overwhelm you. I wish to walk hand in hand with you at each sunrise. I know how heavy the silence of the night can be, when you have no safe haven to share the burden of your daily struggles and the weariness of your soul. If your heart yearns to delve even deeper into my presence, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey, which I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons, the digital book called Divine Love Devotional, The Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day in silence and intimacy, being a sacred remedy for your daily afflictions. Access to this daily communion is available through the link in this video's description and the pinned comment. And if it's not possible for you today, don't condemn yourself in any way. Just stay with me here, because I will also powerfully sustain you with this message, for it is written, "The Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your soul in parched places and strengthen your bones." And so that your heart may rest and not be troubled by worries, after you register calmly, access will arrive directly in the email you registered, with all the correct instructions, step by step, to begin your journey by my side. Take a deep breath, rest your shoulders, continue walking, and trust in my eternal love. If this sincere invitation embraces your weary spirit, give your like as a sign of peace, seal your registration in this refuge of faith, and send this comfort to a heart that also needs daily divine companionship. Confide in me in the hiding place of your prayers. What is the fear you need me to dispel at the break of day? Seal your surrender in the comments with the word from our routine of faith, constancy. However, there is a new and surprising path unfolding before you at this very moment, a route of emotional healing and liberation that will only fully open if you understand the direction I have charted for your life. The path your weary feet have traveled to get here has been marked by rough stones and valleys of deep shadows. I intimately know every invisible wound the journey has left on your soul. The feeling of walking in circles, of giving your best and yet finding locked doors, has brought bitter frustration to your spirit. Many times, in the silence of your room, you have wondered if a peaceful destiny awaits you, or if your fate is merely to endure the weight of endless days. For it is written in the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This sacred truth tears the veil of your despair right now, as your breath seeks rhythm and your chest tries to calm. I am moving the invisible structures of your story. Before you, exactly where your exhausted mind could only see an insurmountable wall of impossibilities, my grace begins to trace a new path. A door of spiritual liberation and emotional relief is being unlocked by my own hands. I call you to take the next step, not with the exhausted strength of your arms, but guided by the sweetness of my voice. Release the shackles of guilt and the past that bind your feelings. The disappointments left behind no longer have any authority to dictate the direction of your future. Breathe in the freedom that I breathe upon your life. If the revelation of this new path brings comfort and direction to your weary heart, offer your enjoyment as a seal of hope. Unite your steps with mine definitively, embracing your permanence in this space of light and truth. Take this promise of a new beginning to another life that cries helplessly before closed paths. Open your heart to me in the stillness of this moment. What is the cycle of pain from your past that you most need me to end forever? Confirm your journey by commenting on our word of liberation at this moment. renewal. However, for your soul to cross this new threshold and fully experience the morning of miracles I have reserved, your heart will need to undergo one last profound preparation in the stillness of this dawn, a secret healing that will clear your vision and seal your destiny. The densest and most silent moment of the dawn is precisely that which precedes sunrise. I know the agony of waiting for relief that seems never to come, the feeling that the darkness of your pain has become eternal. You have spent so many sleepless nights, fighting against the sentences of defeat that the world tried to impose on your home and your family, that your heart has almost forgotten what it is like to feel the warm breeze of hope. But I am preparing your dawn in a glorious way, sweeping away the ashes of sadness so that your eternal purpose may shine irrefutably. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 30, verse 5, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." This is not just a distant poem, it is the sentence I now declare over your life. The hidden tears that marked your hours of solitude have served their purpose of cleansing your soul. But the time for weeping has come to an end. My spiritual comfort descends upon you at this very moment, like a celestial dew that heals the wounds of your mind. I am clothing your spirit with garments of praise and gratitude. The miracle you so secretly asked for is already being drawn on the horizon of your story, and you needed to have a purified soul to receive it with open arms. If the certainty of this new morning warms your being, seal this encounter by liking this message, confirm your spiritual dwelling on this channel, and share this light with someone who still weeps in the darkness. Confess to me in the intimacy of your thoughts. What is the miracle you most long to see illuminated by the first rays of today's sun? Record your faith in the comments with the word of our victory, awakening. Now that your heart is cleansed and prepared, incline the ears of your soul, for I have one last divine whisper to seal your destiny and deliver to you the key that will open all your doors. You have remained with me until this moment of profound intimacy because your soul recognized the voice of your Creator. I now wipe away with my own loving hands the last tear of despair that still insisted on wetting your invisible face. The journey we made together in this message was not to point out your flaws, but to remind you of your true identity and the immense value you have for my kingdom. The burden has been lifted. The troubled mind has received my peace. The strength that seemed dead has been resurrected within you. You are precious, you are loved, and you have never been forgotten. The clear answer I promised at the beginning of this spiritual encounter now descends upon you, like a shield of fire and glory that no evil can penetrate. To seal this healing in your life, and declare to the spiritual world that you fully trust in my power over your tomorrow, I give you the prophetic key. Write in the comments, with all the strength of your restored faith, the word that I now whisper in your heart. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Whoever declares this eternal truth will receive the prophetic blessings of courage, wisdom, and infinite provision that I have released today upon this meeting place. Feel my tight embrace enveloping your chest. The storm has passed, and your dawn is certain. Our communion is a river that flows without ceasing. If your spirit still thirsts for my comfort and guidance, continue listening to my voice. In the list of celestial messages prepared on this channel, there are other profound words that I have inspired especially for you. Go there. Allow me to continue speaking to your heart in every detail, and rest assured that I guide your steps. Remain in my peace and my infinite love.